front of Radio City Music Hall, and on the back, it says electric chair killed 695 people in 73 years, live to die, live or die. And then on the flip side, you got smiling minority children in Radio City Music Hall. So just before they get died and go to electric chair, they're going to go to Radio City and see the Rockettes. When Mayer was talking about the threat that we have, how we're being threatened and everything like that, here's another thing that I do for the group. This is something my father has done for years that I picked up on. My brother Truss has also mastered this art. It's the art of picking up important information for a buck. There are a lot of people on the street that you can pick up a lot of good information from for a few dollars. What happens is that we have a tendency to just go into all these retail outlets and buying at their price, and mostly it's overpriced, and it doesn't give us what we really need. So I try to go through Harlem wherever I go, and I try to pick up material that I can find. So one day when I was in Harlem, I found this book. It's called The Merchant Bankers. It's a book about the 6 banking families, like the Hambros, the Natali, the Barings, you've heard of them, the Rothschilds, the Warburgs, Lehman Brothers. I bought this book for $1. So I just happened, the guy had about 200 books on the street, and I picked this one specifically. So when I opened it, there was a little signature inside here. It says, "To my friend B.K. Hufane, whoever he is, I hope you enjoy this insightful info into the banking fraternity. Best wishes, Morgan Rockefeller." A Rockefeller signature for $1.
Give you 2 for it.
Yeah, give me 2 for it. I ain't getting this one. This was on the street now. An autographed copy from Rockefeller for $1. Here's another one.
Elvis Presley today.
You give me Buddy Holly and Elvis, then I might think about it. Yeah, here's another book I picked up for $1. Matter of fact, Brother Collins with me when I got this one. This is called Hellcare in America, or Healthcare. I call it Hellcare. This was a book of social essays edited by Susan Riverby and David Rosner. Oh yeah, by the way, the Merchant Banker book was written by Joseph Weisberg. I think it's a Jew, right? This book right here, me and Collins on the subway, and a guy that was on crack or whatever came and offered 3 books to sell, and I picked this one, gave him $1, and then when I started reading it, this is a hell of a book here as far as information as to what you see in the medical industry right now, what's going on. And I wanted to read something about when Mayer was talking about natural childbirth and things like that, and how it's become lost art, and how they've changed it, and how they've just totally, isolated, the things that we used to do as far as midwifing and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, because right in this book, they show how hospitals moved from being municipal hospitals to what you see now, profit centers. See, hospitals now look at you as commodities and customers. When you walk through the door, they size you up to see what your value is to them. I got a whole bunch of material over there, forget digging in there and trying to find it. But I have some material about how in Harlem, because right now they're going to close Harlem Hospital. Well, Harlem Hospital just isn't profitable anymore. That's why it's being closed. Because what they used to do is bring interns from all over the world to train there, especially in war-torn countries, because so many people come in with bullet wounds and knives in their necks and all that stuff. So this is good training for them. But now they're looking at the bottom line, and the city can no longer carry, because the cities are a city-run business. And when you have a contract with America, we'll bring that up again, you must cut your losses if you're on a contract. You must be efficient. You cannot spend money that you don't have. So one of the things they're doing in New York City is that they are cutting their losses by cutting us out as far as medical care is concerned. In this book, I'm trying to find that page. I had it here. I don't know where it went, but it talked about obstetricians. And if you know obstetricians, they talk about childbirth. And one of the articles I had here was out of the New York Times, Sunday, March the 12th, and it says, in court, a child isn't worth much. And this story basically was talking about how people who sue hospitals for premature childbirth, like if your child dies before it's born and the hospital is negligent, you have to prove in court that the child that would have been born would have become something worth something. That my child would have been a star basketball player. My child would have been a great singer, would have been worth $1 million. So what they're doing in this article is showing how people who go to court because of malpractice by the hospitals really don't have a case, and how a lot of lawyers are backing off these malpractice cases because there's no way they can prove that a child being born would have been anything. And that's what this article was about.
Keep dropping stuff today.
Another article here out of the New York Times. See, another thing that we do as a mistake, we tend to read things and get emotional about it. You have to be a little cold and cynical when you read newspapers, magazines, or whatever. Because you got to understand, you're not writing it. You're not the target audience of most of the stuff that's written about you anyway. So you have to take things as it is, not for what you think it is. Because we have a tendency to get upset, say this is a racist newspaper, this is a racist magazine. You got to understand who's writing this stuff. Who are they targeting? Obviously, they're not targeting you. So you just got to look at things and be a little cold and a little analytical about it. You can't just be emotionally involved. See, it says, this is the New York Times, Sunday, March 5th, 1995. It says, New York's public hospitals fail and babies are the victim. And as you know, New York City, well, most major urban centers, most of the people living in cities are non-white. So in order to stop that trend or to keep it under control, you must eliminate the children. So in doing so, they have to, in essence, control your health, control your economics, and control your mind. But the attacks that they put on us on all these levels are really, they're more serious than even what Maia was mentioning. When he talked about warfare, there's a lot of different type of warfare we're talking about. Today was an example of warfare, because I know some of us know somebody that went to church today and gave up some money for the resurrection of Jesus today.
I didn't do that.
Now, a lot of people celebrated Good Friday on Friday. This is the day that most black folks, I even count white folks, celebrate murder. Because isn't Good Friday the day that Jesus was supposedly killed?
That's right.
So people are taking the day off and relaxing while somebody's getting killed. And you wonder why we kill ourselves and kill each other.
Amen.
We actually take a day off to celebrate murder of a person that we supposedly love. Now, I know there are a lot of old women with some canes that will beat the fool out of me right now for making that statement. But it's something that has to be said. Because you have a whole bunch of folks running around out here buying their children outfits to go celebrate the return of somebody who died 3 days before. Now, if the word Christ in the dictionary means anointed, couldn't you anoint anybody you want? Couldn't you anoint a grandmother or an uncle? At least you've seen them. Have any of you seen a guy named Jesus?
Nope.
You heard of him. You said he sounded good. He sounded like my kind of fella. But we anoint people that we never see. We anoint things that we don't particularly understand. And then it becomes institutionalized to the point where you don't understand anything. You just do it on reflex. So what happens is, like, they blow the whistle, say, ring, Easter, go buy, 65% off. We'll do it right on cue. Blow the whistle again. Ed, it's Christmas time, go shop. So even if you don't believe in Christmas, your little daughter's going to, or son is going to want something under the tree if you have one. So you have to understand, this is psychological warfare I'm talking about right now. Mm-hmm. And psychological and spiritual warfare is the biggest detriment we have right now. Because out of all that, you can get your economics, you can get your education. But if you're psychologically and spiritually warped, which a lot of us are, a lot of us have warped family members, we are already behind the 8